you have to give in order to receive. Like, I have such a great story today. This literally made my day today. So, hi. If you don't know me, my name's Heather. And oh, I just have it's story time. It's story time. So I I decided to try making a magnesium oil, and I'm like, you know what? Let me infuse it with comfrey because okay, I'm not a trained herbalist or anything. I'm just playing with like my own stuff. And so like magnesium oil isn't really technically an oil, but it's called magnesium oil for marketing. I don't know. So I'm just like, because typically you take something like magnesium chloride and mix it with water. And normally it's a 1-to-1 ratio. You can make it stronger, you can make it weaker based on what your needs, but typically for the most part, 1-to-1 ratio. And you like mix it with boiling water because the water will help dissolve the salt for everything. So I'm just like, you know what? Because I was watching April from She Is of the Woods, and she was infusing hers like with lavender. So she's like making it for like, oh, did like a magnesium spray like help you sleep because lavender is calming and stuff like that. I'm like, I have all this comfrey because I just decided let me do something with comfrey because I have comfrey in my cupboard. So I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna do something with it, and I end up using other stuff, other things. And so I'm just like, okay, and I overestimated how much I was using. I made way too much. I but I had just enough of the magnesium chloride to make at least like what is it, a cup and a half full. I'm just like, but I had a way more tea and herb than I knew what to do with. I was just like, ew, whoops. Because like when you have like dried herbs, I guess if you don't always like they will absorb the water and swell. I had no idea comfrey was going to swell so much, and I just had so much extra. So I'm like, okay. So anyway, I made my comfrey oil, and I'm like, okay, trying it out, whatever. Oh, and typically, it's good for majority of people. Again, I'm not the person. I think it's good because it's only topical. It's not something you ingest. But yeah. So yeah, it's good for most people. There might be a few people it's not good for. I think I heard somewhere might be an issue with someone with some kidney stuff. I don't know. Y'all can look that stuff up. I don't know. I'm not an herbalist. I ain't trying to be an herbalist. I'm just playing around with stuff right now. And I just made some like I made some for us here. I gave some to my mother-in-law, and I'm like, I still have so much extra. And it's not going to go bad or anything. So I'm just like, okay, whatever. And then I'm like looking on my Buy Nothing group. I love Buy Nothing groups. If you haven't heard of Buy Nothing groups, they're awesome. They're great. You can um put stuff up there that you would like to donate to whoever wants to pick it up, or if you're looking for something you can ask. So anyway, I love my Buy Nothing group, and I like look there every day because it's like, oh, see what I can find. And you don't always win, but it's exciting when you do. And so I'm like, looking around, and then I see someone asking for a post for like some magnesium just because they're trying to help sleep better. I'm like, this person says this person says this. Well, I have this if you're interested in that. She's like, is it good for sleep? I'm like, I have no idea. I literally made this for the first time 2 days ago, so I can't tell you. And I can only tell you that, like, for me personally, like, my sleep has gone better also because I've been eating more protein. So I don't know if it's protein or magnesium or a combination to that's been making me sleep better. So I'm like, I don't know. And then someone else um, made a comment replying to my comment saying, oh, I would love some. I've actually been interested in both things since I had like a broken ankle a couple months ago. I would love extra healing with that. I'm like, sure, I'll give you some. Sure. Because I had extra anyway. I was like just offering to give it away. And like I was gonna do some errands, and she lives very close by to me, like a 2-minute walk, and very sweet, lovely person. And so I'm like, okay, yeah, I'm here. And then like we ended up like chatting a little bit. I'm just like, here. And she was just like very appreciative that I would just give this to her. And we're just talking. It's like, oh, I feel bad. Like, can I give you anything? I'm like, you don't have to. I was just giving it just to give it, just because I had extra. But she's like, oh, probably the cost of the bottle and like the comfrey leaves. And I'm just like, it's not that big of a deal, honestly, because I already had stuff that I literally made this 2 days ago, and I overestimated because I only have like 2 ounce spray bottles. I'm not trying to use all my little spray bottles. And we were just like talking and stuff like that. And she just gave me $20. She's like, are you sure? I'm like, if you like to, sure, but you really don't have to. Because, she really wanted to give me something because I'm like giving her something. It's like I wasn't expecting anything. I was just like, okay, here you go. Just gonna go out the rest of my day. And I was just like, wow. She's like, well, I don't have change. I'm like, I don't have change either. She's like, you could just have it. I'm like, really? I'm like, if you run out, just let me know because I still have a lot more. So I'll just give it to you. Yeah, so I got $20 just by giving something away that I was just planning to give away for free. And I'm just like, that just made my day. I was just like, wow. I'm like, I made $20 without even trying. And I wasn't concerned, about profits and margins and this. I was just doing something nice for someone because, and like the Buy Nothing group, it is a little sense of community a little bit. Certain people you recognize, and some people give more than others. Like she also like helps with a lot of like refugees and immigrants and stuff like that. So it's like I've seen her stuff a lot. I mean, I don't always talk to everyone that like who do the Buy Nothing groups, but I've interacted with her a few times because there are things I wanted from her, she wanted from me because we're just posting. And then we were just like talking for like a while because it's just like, she's like, oh, you must know a lot about herbs. I'm like, I'm not a professional, but I know a bit from like playing around and stuff like that because I was just explaining, how to use the magnesium, and it's just like, oh, if you have a burning sensation, it's not likely it's an allergic reaction, but it could be your cells are just trying to pull the magnesium so quickly because you're deficient. So you could just put oil over your skin and you will usually stop the burning thing. That's very unlikely, especially with a 1-to-1 ratio. Like if it was a higher ratio, I mean, but there is also a possibility of allergies, but I'm just like letting her know like all this stuff. And she was like telling me stuff from like, oh, like her aunties and who used to like be like healers and do the herb stuff, but she wished she knew more because when they were all into it, she was like 12 years old and like doing plants with the garden. And like at 12, if you're not interested, you're not interested. You're not always gonna remember stuff. And we just kept going on and on about like different things. I'm just like telling her, oh, this and this. You could also try this. You could also try that. And like we're just like going back and forth. And it was just like a lovely exchange because more than just the $20 that I got blissfully gifted without even having the intention of it, I got to know her a little bit more and just like sharing stories and stuff like that. And that to me is like the exit because I just would have been just fine like just talking with her. I mean, the $20 was just like a cherry on top, really, honestly. And it's just like if I just wasn't willing to give something, like the universe, like give and take is two sides of the same coin. And I was just like, I wasn't even expecting this because I believe when you're in that frequency of like abundance and stuff like that, you have no idea where stuff's gonna come from. Like again, I love my Buy Nothing group because sometimes I win stuff that I really like those stair cover things that I'm using for all other things in my house, and like different things I got for apartment. I like got different furniture and like just different things like randomly, like different clothes and stuff like that. Just like I didn't have to pay for it. Like abundance comes in so many different forms, and I know a lot of us focus on money. I mean, I focus on money a lot. I mean, we all do. It's the main exchange for where we are. But like, I get so much abundance from other things. So the fact that I'm seeing more of the abundance with even, I don't care if it's just $20. It's just like, that's $20 I didn't have before. And that's $20 I can use like on my trip. That's like in a couple days, which I'm like, oh yeah, I'm leaving in like 4 days. I was like, I don't know, part of me is just like, I know it's happening, but my brain doesn't realize it's happening. It's like, it's like we're not there yet, so it's not real yet. Like I feel like it'll feel real when I'm actually there. I don't know, I feel like this with majority of my trips. It's like it doesn't feel real until I'm actually physically there. And so I'm just like, oh wow, like I was just so blessed just being able to like talk with her, getting to know more her of her story and stuff like that, being able to share stuff that might be able to help her and stuff like that. I mean, the $20 was just honestly the cherry on top, but that was just so nice for her to offer. I mean, I was just giving it to her just because I had extra and I just wanted to give something because yeah, I give stuff. I give stuff, I receive stuff. And I was just so, I was like blown away because I wasn't expecting that at all. And, it's easy, for people to say, oh no, you don't have to. And, I did that first. Just, I wasn't doing it in the sense because a lot of people, when they say, oh no, 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 it's okay, you don't have to, they're usually actively trying to like push abundance away. I was just saying it's like, oh, this was actually a gift. I wasn't expecting payment or anything. That's where I was coming from. It's like, oh no, no, I'm not trying to get money from you. I'm just offering it to you. But she's like, oh, but I would really like to. And when she said would really like to offer me something, I'm like, okay, I would love it. Thank you. And when you need more, just let me know because I have a lot of it. Like that stuff lasts for a while. I mean, a lot. It's gonna last a while, and I'm like, it's gonna be sitting in my, what's the word, Heather? We know words. It's gonna be sitting in like the bathroom closet for like a couple of months because it takes a while to like use it up because you're only using a couple sprays, whatever. And I'm just like, whenever you want more, just let me know because I still have plenty more. I'm like, it'll more than cover the $20 you gave me. I'm happy to give you more. And just being able to also say that, it's like, yes, I will give you more. And that, I don't know, that just made my day today. And and it was okayish warm. It's like, okay, I don't need snow pants cold, but it's like I could go for snow pants today, but I also could not. So I was also enjoying the weather. But when it got the wind kept, I'm like, okay, I definitely need a scarf today. Definitely need the scarf. But yeah, so I just want to say abundance and stuff is like everywhere. And you never know where it's going to come from necessarily. It's like, yeah, there are things you can expect. Maybe it can come from like your job and getting the paycheck, but sometimes things just come from out of the blue and you don't need to know everything that comes out from it because that's where some of the surprises are. Like, you never know. Like, just being gifted with that surprise, that like made my day. And just also talking to her because I also feel like we don't talk to people as much. Well, let me say not we, but me, because it's my story. But yeah, it's like it's sometimes hard to like talk people, different conversations, make friends for me at least, because it's just like I not an overly um extroverted person. I'm not an overly extroverted person. Like I can get very friendly when I want to be friendly, like when I feel the vibe is good, or I have to like be on work mode where I have to like network. Because there have been times I've had jobs where it's like, okay, I'm on the clock now. So it's like, hi. But, it was just nice just being able to connect with someone else and like listen to their stories and just like the back and forth. So I was just really blessed today with that. And I would love to know what your blessings, what your abundance are today's, or maybe other past stories that you want to reminisce on. Because I'll tell you what, when you reminisce on the stories like I'm doing right now, because it happened earlier today, you go back into that energy of like that, you know, feeling good, abundance, high vibration. Like when you remember something, you go back in that energy. And I just think that's awesome that we have the power to do that like instantaneously. All right. So I would love to hear about what's going on with you all, like what good stories you have, and I will see you next time. Okay, bye.